Hello, this is Intro to Proportions. It's going to be covering rates and ratios, which we've already done, but we're going to do it another way to set ourselves up for the proportions. So again, there's times on here where I'm going to stop, let the students go through Pear Deck. You need to stop that time and do the work, and then pause it, and then come back. So here we go. Write a ratio to represent the situation. And this situation can be shown as part to part. We have 2 white daisies to 3 orange daisies. You could write it in words with a colon, fractional form. I prefer fractional form. Or you could say 3 orange daisies to 2 white daisies. Either way would work. But there's also a part to whole ratio. And I just want you to remember this as we go along. There's a part to whole way to write it. And that'd be 2 white daisies to every 5 total daisies. Or 3 orange daisies to every 5 total daisies. That's more of the fraction. When we talk about fractions, we talk about 1/4 of a pie. We're talking part to whole. The whole pie is divided into 4 parts, and we're going to eat one part of it. That's part to whole. Part to part, part to whole, we're going to use both those when we deal with ratios and proportions. Okay, a ratio compares 2 quantities that are measured in different units. That's what a rate is. A ratio compares 2 different quantities. So in the case before, we had flowers. That was a ratio. Now we're going to talk about rate. 5 daisies cost $7.50. What are the 2 different units? Again, if you took the time to do that, the 2 different units are daisies and dollars, which are totally different. So that's what makes this a rate. Rate, a ratio that compares 2 different quantities and measures in different units. There are 10 daisies in 1 small vase. What are the 2 different units? Okay, the 2 different units are daisies and vase. Once again, it's a rate. And finally, a rate that compares 2 different quantities that are measured in different units. 3 white daisies and 2 orange daisies. What are the 2 different units? 2 different units are white daisies and orange daisies. Hence, that's a rate. So far, you've seen ratios with the same unit of measure, in this case, daisies. However, remember, ratios are comparisons of 2 quantities. Sometimes ratios can be comparison of 2 different quantities with 2 different units of measure. When this occurs, we call it a rate. A rate's a ratio that compares 2 quantities that are measured in different units. The 2 shown statements represent rates. We just looked at those individually, and this sums it all up for you. Write each statement as a rate using colons and in fractional form. 5 daisies cost $7.50. So it would look like that. 10 daisies in 1 small vase. It would look like that with the colon or in fractional form. And again, in fractional form, I would hope that you write it with a horizontal bar instead of a slash. But for our purposes, we're going to have to use a slash. Then, choose an option. I gave you 2 options, A or B. A unit rate's a comparison of 2 measures with denominator has a value of 1. Which statement from question 1 represents a unit rate? And we talked about this last week. I just reviewing with you. So if you look at those 2 statements, hopefully you put B. Now I want you to draw. I left you a slide to draw on. Complete the model for each question using the ratio given. 2 out of every daisies are white. 2 out of every 5 daisies are white. How many daisies are there if 8 daisies are white? The first thing I want you to do is complete the model. You have 5 daisies. 2 of them are white. Draw model. When it says model, it means draw. Draw a picture then that would give you 8 daisies. And when you get done with that, how many total daisies are there when 8 are white? That's what we're looking for here. How many total daisies are there when 8 daisies are white? Well, if you complete this, it'd be 2 out of every 5. So if you have 2 out of every 5, when you get done drawing it, there'd be 8 daisies. There'd be a total of 20 flowers, 20 total daisies. So 20 would be the answer. How many daisies are white if there are a total of 25 daisies? Well, here you have 5 in each box. So you need 25 daisies. Hopefully you would draw that out. And you'd find out that if you draw 25 of them, you'd find out you had 10 white ones. If there are 35 total daisies, how many would be white? And again, if you saw that, it'd be 14 would be white. Now, it's going to ask you a different one. Complete the model for each question using the ratio given, then calculate your answer. How much would 7 daisies cost? In an ideal world, you draw 2 more for $1.50, 2 more for $1.50. Then what I hope the students see at school is I would draw 1 daisy to get to 7. If I drew 1 daisy, it wouldn't be $1.50, it'd be half of that, which would be 75 cents. So that would be $455.25. How many daisies could you buy for $8.25? Now I'm going to focus on the money. $1.50, $1.50, that'd be 3. 4 of those would be 6. That'd be $6. $1.50 more would be $7.50. That'd be 8. And again, you see half of from $7.50 to $8.25, 75 cents. So you would hopefully see you'd have 9 daisies that you could buy. That would be it. We would stop there and move into proportions next week. So, thank you for viewing, and